YouTube. What it do? It's your boy Juan back with another video. Here's how I made $462 trading the Nasdaq this morning in about roughly 2 minutes and secured a $1,160 payout with this short position, completing the fifth winning day, netting me at $2,300 in the past 2 weeks of September. Okay, nothing has changed about the model. I'm simply replicating this consistency month after month. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a trade breakdown, technical analysis, and all that good shit. But first things first, let's get to the money and let's show you guys the actual payouts on the Gmail and the real credibility, the real money. Let's get to the money right now. Here is the $1,160 literally requested a couple hours ago today, September 25th. And here is the other payout that, as you guys can see, happened on September 4th. Here's the date of me requesting 1,217. Okay, following the same model, the same continuation that you guys are about to see right now as I break down this fucking trade. Without further ado, here is the trade that I caught. Here's what I saw. Here's why I took it. Okay, first things first, caught this short position here. I promise you, I caught less than 20 points on the XFA. Actually, I ended up actually catching a little bit more money on the combine, making 684. I'm almost about to fund it. Right now, I'm on streamer mode, so you guys can see the balance. I kind of like that setting. I never used it before, but I'm literally about to fund this bitch in just a second. So just let it cook. Right here, it's where I actually entered on the XFA, which finalized the fifth winning day and got myself $1,000 payout today. Okay, as you guys can see, here's the balance, here's the win rate, and here are the performance sets. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This day didn't count because it's not $150. Gay as fuck. But if you're consistent and you know your model, you trust your model, you don't really trip about that. You just keep trading, and eventually you're gonna meet the requirements. Okay, for payout eligibility. That's what we do. That's what we do, and that's what we're going to continue to do. All right. First things first, guys. Right at market opening, I had an extremely bearish bias coming into market open. Mind you, I'm taking this video already in the PM session. I actually just came back from the gym, and I didn't take this video as soon as the trade happened, as I normally usually do. But as you guys can see on the higher time frames, on the 1 hour chart, we are extremely bearish. There's nothing bullish about this. I knew we were creating lower lows and lower highs and lower lows, so I was looking for shorts on market opening towards previous day's liquidity, previous session's liquidity, and just the next round liquidity that I always target is typically London's lows or London's highs. Okay, today was quite differently. At the beginning, right before market open, this is the 5 minute time frame. Price looked exactly like this. We actually had created a 15 minute and an hourly bearish for value gap. I think it was an hourly or a 15 minute. Yeah, it was a 15 minute right here, and we also created an hourly right here. I'll show you guys on the 1 hour time frame. We've been respecting bearish PD arrays, one right here, and one right here. Okay, so I was extremely bearish coming into market open. You can see the chart and you can see that there's absolutely nothing bullish about this. Okay, honestly, I don't know what the fuck happened after I already, after my TP got hit, I exited entirely off the charts and I journal, but this does not concern me at all because my money was right here, right at market opening. Okay, so on the 1 minute, price had presented some sort of retracement over here, right at pre-market, literally 9:13, 9:15. We came back up into this 15 minute bearish fair value gap. So I knew we would get a rejection from here, and I was open to short literally from here. The thing was, this were the data lows from opening that was my next round liquidity right before it happened. Okay, right here, these relatively equal lows on the 1 minute at 908, 910. This was my drawn liquidity pre-market. Okay, it literally looked like this. We came back into this 15 minute, and I wanted to see a rejection from here. When 930 came, we literally on this big Drake candle, we immediately with no fucks given and no bullshit, swept these lows quick. Okay, so today I actually had to use some discretion. If I'm already bearish for the day, ideally I would have loved to have a quicker entry here, but it was a 9:30 opening. I know we can just manipulate down here, maybe go up, maybe get wicked, get fucked. and all that good shit. You guys know the drill at the 9:30 opening. So I had to actually watch this happen without me. Okay, I didn't enter here even though I wanted to. I wanted to keep it safe. When we swept these lows, I noticed this pullback up into this 1 minute imbalance. I'm gonna actually show you guys what imbalance I'm talking about right here. This wick and this wick, this 1 minute bearish fair value gap right here on the 1 minute, and I actually entered the trade right at this displacement down. Okay, in fact, I actually entered right as we swept this low right here. Okay, because it's just discretion. All right, it's just discretion. I know the market at opening has the volatility that to move very volatile and have a lot of displacement, a lot of momentum, and we also had a 4 hour unfulfilled fair value gap right here, which I also use as my next target. Mind you, when I mean my next target, I actually mean the next drawn liquidity for me, but that does not mean I'm going to have my take profit set right here, okay, or right here. That's not really what I target. I go for certain moves. I go for low hanging fruits. I go for a one-on-one risk reward. So I exited where I was comfortable. I didn't want to really play a hero, oversized, and just fuck around on the last winning day. So I exited with contentment somewhere around here at 20, 15, 18 points. Okay. It was mostly discretion today. Okay. We rejected from this 1 minute imbalance. I know we already swept these lows, but on the higher time frames, we had this 4 hour unfulfilled fair value gap here. Okay, that a new price on the higher time frames could be a magnet to this PDO rate. So even though we swept the initial lows that I wanted to target, it happened very quick, and I just knew with discretion that we could have potential to completely dump all the way into this bearish PDO rate. That's why I didn't fear entering the trade after these data lows got taken. Okay, I've noticed with NQ features as a whole, a trend is always more likely to continue than to reverse. If we're gonna have a reversal and we're this bearish on the higher time frames, right? Chances are we're not gonna have it immediately as we shoot these lows. Chances are price is gonna continue to melt, tap into this 4 hour PDO rate, and then reverse, which is exactly what we did. Okay, so I just used discretion. I used a little bit of just my overall market experience into knowing how volatile we can be. Okay, and knew we had potential to continue to dump despite sweeping these data lows that I initially wanted to target. Okay, so we swept these lows. I entered at the sweep of these lows. Noticed in fact, I actually only went in with one contract, but the minute I noticed that we respected this imbalance right here, my stop loss was like somewhere here, and my take profit was at 30 points as well for a one-on-one somewhere here, but I ended up prematurely exiting just to secure that winning day and not play hero. Okay, I was honestly content with this fitter, content with that base hit, and just called it at that. But the minute I noticed we respected this 1 minute imbalance, I honestly should have just increased size and added another contract here at this thumb down. But fuck it, I got next week for that. There's gonna be another time to size. There's gonna be another time to let my nuts hang, to put it like that, and make the most out of this profit, make the most out of my balances, and make the most money. Right now, I'm focusing on process over profits, and I just wanted to secure a winning day, call it, and request $1,000 in just fucking 3 minutes after a 3 minute trade per se. So that's how I made $462, and that's how I requested the $1,160 payout that you guys just saw me show you. Okay, easy one-on-one continuation towards the next round of liquidity being this hourly PD array. Okay, simple, simple, simple. That's how I did it. That's how I am continue. That's how I can continue to request money each and every single month. And it's been a great fucking journey. Okay, it's been a great fucking journey. I am very proud of the progress I have made, and I know this is just the beginning. Okay, I did blow a couple evals on the month of September, but I have way more conviction on my model, which consequently is gonna make me max allocate entirely on the month of October. And you guys will get to witness that, and I will show you guys request a fucking payout from 5x a face, which has been a very long goal of mine since I first started trading. I just needed to reach some better consistency before playing with that allocation. Now I think with nearly $10,000 in payouts in only 10 months, exactly $8,500 in payouts before I hit my year mark, I think that's honestly more than enough credibility that I need to just change the trajectory of my trading and take it to the next level. And that's exactly what you guys are going to see me do in the next couple of weeks. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Very quick discretionary trading I did today with the short position here. And yeah, just caught a continuation for a one-on-one risk reward, how I do every single day that you guys see me. All right. Again, thank you guys for watching. It's been a great week, undefeated week. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.